Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to this episode of Jim's 5am Club. What I'd love to do on this beautiful autumn morning, the first day of autumn here in Australia, is to go through a book, and the book that I've selected for today's episode is entitled Payoff, a book that was published on the 15th of November 2016, so a book which is almost a decade old and authored by Dan Ariely. Imagine pouring your heart into a project only to see it dismissed in seconds. Would you still feel motivated to do it again? Or picture working tirelessly for a reward only to find it meaningless when you get it? Why do we push ourselves even when logic suggests we should give up? Dan Ariely, a world-renowned behavioural economist, takes us deep into the fascinating world of motivation, what truly drives us beyond money, fame, or external rewards. Payoff is not just another self-help book, it's an eye-opening journey into the hidden forces that shape our ambition, resilience, and sense of purpose. Through deeply personal stories, engaging experiments, and surprising psychological insights, Ariely unpacks the complex and sometimes irrational ways we find meaning in what we do. So the first key message to come from this author is where we look at the power of meaning over money. Ariely makes it clear that financial incentives are not enough to keep us motivated. We crave meaning in our work. He shares an experiment where people were asked to build Lego structures. Some participants saw their work appreciated, while others had their creations immediately dismantled. The second group, despite being paid the same, quickly lost interest. The lesson: when our efforts feel pointless, motivation evaporates. Money can get people to show up, but only meaning keeps them engaged. We look at the destructive forces of ignoring effort. Few things kill motivation faster than being ignored. In one experiment, Ariely found that even an acknowledgement of the simplest kind, like a nod or a brief comment, dramatically boosted people's willingness to continue at a task. On the other hand, when their work was ignored, motivation absolutely plummeted, even if they were paid lots of money. The takeaway is simple yet profound. Recognition, and especially peer recognition, matters more than what we think. If you want to keep people motivated, never underestimate the power of acknowledgement. We look at the IKEA effect. We love what we build. Why do we overvalue furniture we assemble ourselves even when it's slightly crooked. Ariely explains this is called the IKEA effect, a psychological phenomenon where we place greater value on things we create in life and work. This means that personal investment leads to deeper satisfaction. Whether it's a job, a relationship, or a hobby, we find endless joy in things we help shape, develop, and grow. If you want to feel more motivated, take ownership of your work and don't just follow instructions. We need to overcome setbacks. Commitment is key. Pain and struggle often make us care more or less. Ariely's research shows that when we endure difficulties, we become more attached to the results. He tells the story of his own personal suffering, severe burns and enduring painful treatments, and how this shaped his understanding of motivation. The key insight to take from this point is that hardship and sacrifice can make our achievements feel more meaningful. So instead of fearing difficulty, we should embrace it as a source of deeper motivation. We look at the hidden cost of extrinsic rewards. Most people assume that offering rewards like bonus or prizes increases motivation, but Ariely warns that over-reliance on external incentives can and will backfire. Once people start expecting rewards, their intrinsic motivation fades. For example, when children who enjoyed drawing were rewarded for it, they lost interest in drawing once the rewards dried up and stopped. The author also shows us that purpose outperforms perks. He reveals a truth that many companies ignore. People work harder when they believe in what they do. Perks like free lunches or ping pong tables might seem appealing in the short term, but they don't create true motivation. In contrast, when employees feel their work has purpose and impact, they are willing to go the extra mile. Whether you're a leader or an employee, the message is very, very clear. Try and find meaning in your work, and motivation will naturally follow. The author also says that motivation is deeply emotional, not logical. Perhaps the most surprising insight from Payoff is that motivation isn't driven by rational calculations and is more rooted in emotion. We push ourselves not just for success, but for pride, legacy, and personal fulfillment. Ariely's own life experience, including his long recovery from severe burns, illustrates how emotional resilience fuels long-term motivation. So thank you very much for joining me on this episode of Jim's 5am Club today, where I come to you from Parramatta Lake. And I look forward to coming to you again from another place and with another message of empowerment. Take care, everybody. Yassas, and bye for now.